Welcome to Eschmann Little Sister. Today we're going to show you how to install your MyEschmann Hub and connect it to the MyEschmann Cloud. The Hub is delivered with a power supply and the correct data cable for your equipment. If you're installing more than one hub, make sure you select the right data cable for each piece of equipment. The part number is clearly marked on each cable. Next, choose where to position the MyEschmann Hub. This needs to be on a stable, flat surface away from steam vents and reservoir inlets. In most cases, the top rear left of the unit is the best place. But for large underbench washer disinfectors, it may need to be on a shelf in an adjacent cupboard. Also, make sure you have an available mains socket where you can plug in the hub's power supply. When you have found the ideal position for the hub, you can use the silicone feet or the stickers that have been provided to secure the unit in place. Plug the serial connector on the cable into the printer port on your equipment. On this SES 2020N autoclave, the printer port is located behind the touchscreen. Secure the connector firmly in place. The other end of the data cable will plug into the serial port on the hub. Make sure you don't plug it into the Ethernet port by mistake. Remember, if the data cable is not connected to the hub won't record any cycles. To power up your hub, just plug in the power cable and turn the power on at the mains. After a delay of 30 seconds, the blue LEDs will begin to cycle. Please note, whenever you restart the hub, you will always have that 30-second delay before any lights come on. There are several methods to connect your hub to MyEschmann Cloud. The first is to use an Ethernet cable. If you have an available Ethernet port close to your equipment, you can just plug a network cable into the Ethernet port on the rear of the hub. Remove the blanking plug from the Ethernet socket and plug in the cable. After a few seconds, the network light will go solid, and a short while later the cloud LED will also light, indicating connection to MyEschmann Cloud. Another easy way to connect to the cloud is using the WPS function of your Wi-Fi router. You'll need to check how to activate WPS on your router. Some routers have a dedicated WPS button that just requires a single tap. Once you have activated WPS on your router, tap the WPS button on the MyEschmann Hub. The WPS LED will start flashing, and within 2 minutes it should connect to your router. You'll know when it has worked because the WPS LED on your router and hub will stop flashing, and after a short while the network LED and the cloud LED on the hub will go solid. If WPS is not an option, you can program your hub's Wi-Fi in the MyEschmann Cloud and then download the details via Ethernet. For this method, you'll need to take your hub to somewhere in your practice where you can connect it to the network. You'll also need your login credentials for the MyEschmann Cloud. First of all, check that your MyEschmann Hub can get online using an Ethernet cable. Power up the hub by plugging in the power cable and turn it on at the mains. There'll be a 30-second wait before the LEDs light up. Connect the Ethernet cable to the Ethernet port at the back. You may need to remove the blanking plug to do this. After a few seconds, you should see both the network LED and the cloud LED lit solidly. At this point, you have proved that the hub will connect via Ethernet, and you can power the hub off by pressing and holding the power button for 3 seconds. Now, log into MyEschmann Cloud using the site admin credentials that have been provided to you. Navigate to the Data Loggers page. Identify your MyEschmann Hub by its serial number and click the Edit icon on the right. The serial number can be found on the label underneath your hub. enter your site's Wi-Fi network name or SSID, and the Wi-Fi password. Remember, the SSID and password are case sensitive and must be entered correctly. When you're done, click Save Changes at the bottom of the page. Now we need to restart the hub for the changes to take effect. Power up the hub by tapping the power button. There will be a delay of 30 seconds. The blue LEDs will flash and cycle for a while, and the hub will restart itself, maybe a couple of times, before the process is complete. With a couple of automatic restarts, the whole process may take 4 to 5 minutes. At the end, the LEDs will settle and you should have solid blue network and cloud LEDs. You can now remove the Ethernet cable and the LEDs should stay lit because the hub is now connected over the Wi-Fi. You can now power the hub off by pressing the power button for 3 seconds and waiting for the LEDs to go out. Then take the hub back to connect it to your equipment again. The other method for downloading Wi-Fi details from the cloud is using a USB stick. Head to the cloud and log in with your site admin credentials. In Data Loggers, locate your hub serial number and click the edit icon on the right. The serial number can be found on your hub on the label underneath. Add or update your Wi-Fi SSID and Wi-Fi password and click Save Changes at the bottom. Back on the Data Loggers page, click the View icon for your hub, and at the bottom, click Download Config. Copy the downloaded config file to a USB stick. Then insert the stick in your MyEschmann Hub and restart the hub. The hub will load the new configuration from the USB stick and restart itself. After 4 to 5 minutes, you should see solid network and cloud LEDs. Finally, to record cycles, reconnect the hub to your equipment with the serial data cable. When you run a cycle, you will see the data LED flash on the hub at various points during the cycle. And after the cycle is complete, the cycle data will be viewable in MyEschmann Cloud. Thank you for watching. We hope you have found this video useful. If you need further assistance or advice, please don't hesitate to contact us.